This year, I used to do it.
Okay.
It's too much.
It is 9:34, and we are going to start the November 21, 2023 RPRC meeting. The first item of business is adoption of the November 7th, 2023 minutes. I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thanks. Okay. 20 Green Valley is up first for swimming pool and patio. This one does have wetland impacts, so we'll take a look here. I don't see anyone in the audience here. Nope. So let me pull up a plan.
Looks like there are a few of us leaders involved with this one.
Yeah.
Find the Gilbert.
Excuse me. He used to be.
Yeah.
He's on his own there. Or
They work for somebody or?
Yeah,
something?
he works.
I think he worked for a municipality.
Yeah, he works for.
City of Rye, right?
No.
He's up north.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember what.
Yeah, Putnam County Highway.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, so he's the head of the Putnam County Highway. So he does this on the side.
Really?
His own company. Yeah. I think his wife helps out with all the administrative stuff.
so as the head engineer, he actually runs the department as well.
I think so. Yeah. I think he runs the
Wow.
department. Yeah, that's when he first left. He took that position,
I could see him doing that. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
pretty,
yeah.
he's a pretty,
and he's familiar with that that
Yeah.
area.
good for him. And then he does work on the side.
Yeah, it's a small town. So
Okay, so let's pull this up. So what we have is existing house. You can see a good aerial attached to the back of my report. You could also see some of the wetland area. It's darker kind of in the aerial. But what we have is the pool. You can see the wetland in the corner here, right? And that's creating a buffer. And then the stream. And then a buffer off of that. So it ends up being in the buffer. So we've got to decide how to process this. Let me just see. Guys, if you're watching, please make sure you update your names in the Zoom with whatever project you're here for. Some of you on here aren't listed on the original application, so I don't know what you're here for. So we've got to deal with this pool here that's in the buffer and how to process it, either planning board, conservation, or administrative. There isn't a lot of planning here. So I think the conservation board review makes the most sense. How do you all feel about that?
Yes.
And not go to planning?
Not go to planning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it sounds like the way to go.
yep. Okay, so then I will make a motion to send to CV. So that's gonna be an admin wetlands permit with conservation board review. That's how that process has to work with the code.
Looking, so it's gonna come before our board.
It will.
Is the applicant on the?
No.
Okay, I was gonna just encourage them to ensure, because it's a common.
I can put it in or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just it'll save them frustration. What's commonly missing are the very clear and obvious delineations of the wetlands, the 100.
So they have that.
And also, on the mitigation plan,
Mhm.
a little table which shows the 2-to-1.
Yep.
And on the
They did that too.
and on the landscape plan,
Mhm.
when they show the mitigation to have all the trees and everything clearly marked with quantities and sizes and the preferences for native species.
Yeah.
So just if they know that, then that will expedite their approval or expedite the review.
Easier on everybody. Next.
Okay, I will note such. I'll make a motion then to approve or to consider this an administrative wetlands permit with conservation board review.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Hey.
What's this?
15 upland.
That's a pool. And then we're here before, right?
Yeah, yes, that's correct.
And I have to be at that meeting.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good morning.
Morning. So 15 upland is up. We were just saying how you were before this board before, maybe what, a couple of months ago?
I think it was that long ago, month and a half, something like that. Yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you want to just bring us up to speed on the changes and hopefully get you on your way?
Kathleen?
Absolutely, just making sure I wasn't muted. All right, I'm gonna share my screen if that's all right.
Sure.
So as a continuation from our conversation last time, we had asked a specific question of if we want to do this in phases, do we have to come back to the RPRC? And we are doing this in phases. So that was the big trigger that wanted us to come back. So blue is phase 1 and red is phase 2. So the majority of the project, including utilities, will be done in phase 1, and then phase 2 would just be the pool, the lanai, and then a portion of the bedroom on the east side of the building. The applicant does have full intention to do this eventually, but they are looking to do it in phases at the moment. When we go to the utility plan, the stormwater management, the septic, things of that nature will be obviously done during phase 1 to make sure that the infrastructure is in place and set up for that. Some of the other changes that have occurred is just progression of the drawings. We have been in conversations with Colored Sessions, responding back to the stormwater management comments, updating those for the project. And then you can see that there's also a relocation of the pool that's just been further designed with the owners of the house. It now also includes a pool decking around it and just grading associated with that in conformance and making sure separation distances and things of that nature for the utilities are intact. The driveway, the septic, the stormwater are all generally the same. The only changes have just been in response to comments that we've had in order to progress the drawings to meet comment memos and things of that nature.
All right, Kathleen, get back to the site plan for a second. The only comment I have is to show the pool equipment. And that pool equipment needs to be outside of the side yard setback. And same for the pool patio. So you've got to just cut that back a foot or so and stay out of that side yard setback.
There's the lake on the other side. Where's the 100-foot line?
We are not,
They're in the buffer.
yeah, we are not.
Yeah, see? They've got it good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can pull this back.
And then figure out where you're gonna put the pool equipment and stay out of that side yard setback too.
That we can do.
fine to be where it is.
We've also got the trees, existing trees surveyed, so survey located, and then the arborist report was updated in order to make sure that that information was coordinated and shown correctly on the drawing. So you'll see a little bit of a difference in the trees to be removed, only because we just have more accurate information now.
Adam, excuse me, Bill McGinnis is trying to to join the meeting. Is it possible for you to, is it something you guys could do to help let him in?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. There he is. Okay, good. Thank you.
Any regular trees removed?
How many trees are you're not increasing the number of trees removed, right? As compared
We
to.
are increasing the number of trees removed, but again, only because of accuracy. So the front half of the site was surveyed, tree that was survey located, and then they just had this tree line in the rear previously. So what we did is we had the surveyor go back and actually survey locate all of these trees in order to make sure that we were very accurate when we go into construction for that. Now, in addition to what has changed, we have updated the stormwater plan. So now that includes, they weren't able to make the connection to the catch basin in the street. So previously you had seen an overflow that went into Upland Lane. Now that is going to the rear of the property and it's overflowing to the back. And again, this has all been coordinated with Kellard Sessions. What that did though, was that did require us to remove a couple additional trees in this area in order to just accommodate the stormwater management practices. So we placed the pool in a location that again wasn't going to take down any more additional trees. The septic is still in the same location. The stormwater is generally still in the same location, but unfortunately there was just a couple really tight spaces. Now you'll see from the stormwater report, these aren't great trees. They're not actually in great health. A lot of them are Norway maples. So I don't think that any of the additional trees that have been added to removals have any sort of really significant ecological value.
Kathleen, Adam Barnett from the Conservation Board was just asking about a landscape plan. Do you have that?
There is a separate landscape architect that is not myself on this project that is currently developing that plan, but we don't have the final version of that plan yet.
Additional.
Mhm.
Tree replacement.
Well, be specific so we can talk about
What's her name?
Kathleen.
Kathleen, it's Adam Barnett from the Conservation Board. From the Conservation Board's perspective, when we have a removal of significant trees, we generally like to see at least a 1-for-1 replacement of those trees, provided that, you know, the site is not significantly wooded already. So in the landscape plan, can you please ensure that there are, you know, at least a 1-for-1 replacement of these trees, ideally with native species, not like with Japanese maples or stuff like that.
So let's talk about that a little bit. When you say 1-for-1, I'm assuming you mean quantity of trees, not caliper of tree.
Yes. Yes.
And
Can't have hard to put in a 24-inch caliper.
No, but she's saying, you know, if you take 124-inch, do you need to replace that with 4 or 5?
No.
but we also have people that will say, oh, if you're taking a 12-inch, replace it with a 3-inch, like that. There's sometimes there's a ratio or there's a way that towns or conservation boards like to calculate that replacement. So I just want to make sure that we're
a little bit more flexible because we still need, there might not be all those opportunities, right?
That's why.
I think what we're talking about is a reasonable plan.
And again, this is only a 2-acre property. It's actually pretty tight to do a 1-for-1 for, you know, it's also, what do you consider to be a tree? You know, we're showing some of the plantings in the front. I wouldn't really consider all of those to be trees. Some of them are also really not high value trees. So what I can tell you though, is that we'll do our best. We'll outline what we're doing, what we're moving, how we came up with the conclusion. I understand the intent of your comments. I just want to make sure that the understanding is it's not gonna, we just don't have the room to be able to do a straight 1-to-1. But I understand your priorities and we can definitely gear
I
it
just
in
say-
that direction.
I just say to get my support in this discussion, need to have something that's more clear rather than what you're expressing. I would say from representing our board, we need to have something that's much clearer relative to your intent rather than we hope to. So we need to have a 3-inch caliper replacement 1-for-1 in order to get our, provided it's possible, like in many places, there are lots of wooded conditions. But I know the board, as a representative of the board, this is what the board would clearly favor.
Understood. I will pass that along to the landscape architect doing the design.
Any engineering
Um,
comments?
One is the point discharge. You want to see like a level spread or something to spread it in the back. The pipe discharge, the overflow. You'll need to file an MI. And, any approvals from the health department we'll need to see, and, you'll need to go to the highway department for a curb cut permit. Any comments?
Okay. What else? Any comments from anyone else? So then I'll make this motion. I understand, if Adam's not gonna support it, but I make a motion to send this to the building department with a 1-to-1 tree replacement if possible, because I'm not sure if they can do it.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, can I ask you, let me interject something here?
Yes.
Adam, were you suggesting that point due to the impact of the stormwater not flowing into upland? In other words, the original tree removal as opposed to the new tree removal because of the drainage? Perhaps they can, your suggestion will go a long way, anticipating perhaps just on the right side where that drainage flow now goes towards the back. Or were you're talking about the delta T?
No, it's sort of
The
as
delta of
I think
the,
he's talking about the whole scope.
as a on a principle basis, we aspire to replace, if there are tree removal on a principles basis, we aspire where at all possible to do a 1-for-1 replacement. In some instances that we've worked with Adam and the board, it's been on heavily wooded properties and it's just not possible. To the extent that this is not the condition, we're asking Kathleen to reinforce that would be very much appreciated.
so Adam.
So I made that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I
Can
made
you
that.
reiterate what you were saying?
We're gonna send this to the building department, but we need to see that landscaping plan, and we're expecting to see a 1-to-1 replacement if possible.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All set, guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks
All
very
right.
much.
Take care. Next, Leon, right, that's next. Yep. All right. Hi, guys, 3 Geon's up. If you were watching on YouTube, just close that out because it's on a delay, and just talk to us on Zoom. Hello.
There we go. Hello.
Morning.
Sorry for the delay there, guys.
No problem. All right, do you have anyone else joining you, or is it just you guys?
No, it's just us
Should be
today.
just us this morning. Yep.
That's fine, that's fine, just want to make sure we get everyone on here. So I'm pulling up your plans now. Anything you want to tell us before we start looking at this?
I think just on the get-go, like we really want to keep everything as natural as possible. We're trying to do like our tree removal plan is like the worst case scenario. Honestly,
Okay.
like there, if we can preserve more trees, like we're all for it. We don't really have a set landscaping plan because we're not proposing any new plantings at this time. We have a lot of rocks on the property, so we really want to reuse those and kind of incorporate that into the natural, kind of, I guess, our landscaping plan, if you want to call it.
Yeah, and we see people do that. You're gonna take down the
Yeah.
minimum number of trees in order just to build this.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, it's a fully wooded lot, you know,
Yep.
very.
Yeah, you know, one of my questions is what are you gonna do with that rock outcrop right in front of the house? I mean,
Yeah,
what
you
are-
know,
We want to keep it.
well, so it's
Oh.
not actually, yeah, it looks like it might be just a totally bare sort of thing, but it's actually not. It's, you know, some of it is exposed, some of it is not. It's more like just a little hump or a ridge, really, and it actually serves
Okay.
a great purpose. It kind of shields the front walkway from,
Yep.
you know, neighbors and stuff. So it's
like-
it's
okay.
close, but it's not too
Yeah.
close.
Okay. The other comment, you know, that I had is screening between you and your neighbor, right? So your neighbor house faces the other way, 180 degrees, which is fine. But, you know, we just want to make sure that there's a clearing and grading limit line, so you preserve that existing vegetation between the two properties.
Yeah.
It sounds like from what you're telling us, that is exactly your intent.
Yes.
Yeah, and
we're not.
Are you
clearing
talking
it.
about 5D on the one to the right on this?
If you're facing your front door, it's to the left.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's Gene Curry, I believe. Not,
Yeah.
I want to say 9 Gene Curry.
Oh.
Yeah, he's they're
Yeah,
they're
9
actually
Gene Curry.
downhill.
Yeah, they're significantly down now.
Yeah.
They won't
Okay.
be much at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
and with everything.
I don't have many comments here. You know, I think this looks great. You have
But, you know, quite a bit of stormwater comments, which are fine. You know, of course, help, you know, send us anything in the health department,
Yeah.
approvals. And, you know, the big thing is the drainage.
yeah.
How you have a lot of drainage running onto that other road, and it's going quite a distance to get captured, I believe.
Yeah, it's a
what
few hundred, couple hundred feet or so. You know, it's a one of those oblong shaped lots coming off of Gene Curry there. So it's actually quite a distance down to the
yeah,
cul-de-sac.
I mean, there is a significant amount of woods that are being preserved here, so but we are trying to.
But we have a Coltex
obviously-
system and all
Yeah,
that.
we are proposing.
I think it was, you know, minor comments with the stormwater, I feel you can address.
Okay.
It's some erosion controls, that's it.
House design, John. Sorry. I didn't mean to-
No, it's
I
okay.
don't
That's
know
fine.
how like the house design, just make sure the heights meet zoning.
Yes, they do. They do.
Okay, as long as they do, that's
Yeah,
fine.
no, they have that. Yep. Actually, no, I do have that as a point, so I take that back. They do.
It just looks tall to me when I'm standing,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
staring at the pictures, those, the pitched roofs look like they have to be a little
Yeah,
less of a.
so we
I
have,
think you have to pitch the roofs a little less, but
maybe, we have building height,
that's just a gut.
John. We've
What?
got building height identified on here, but not that maximum exterior wall height, which is lowest grade to the roof midpoint. So they'll have to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
They just
do
have to
wonder.
that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, go
I
ahead. I'm
just
sorry.
wanted to say, I do wonder if it's almost deceiving, you know, because of the living room section is lower and sometimes it looks like maybe sort of a stark cutoff from the other ridge line. But, you know, it's I believe a fairly typical,
Mhm.
you know, for that design, the pitch. But I know what you're saying. It does look.
But I think when you go to the back of the house, you've got more of an issue because it drops off.
Yeah, right.
I'm not
But-
saying it's a problem, I'm just saying the building department has to check that it's
Yep.
not a problem.
And we
That's all.
have that as our comments, yeah.
Just,
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a specific way to.
I mean,
finish.
otherwise you just reduce the pitch of the roof a little bit,
Yeah.
nobody leave a notice.
Nice. So I think it looks good.
It's fine, I have no
Yeah.
problem with the look of the house. I think
Yeah,
it's
so we've
fine.
got some technical comments that we will post for your professionals. We'll do that later today. Then
Okay.
the vote is to send this to the building department, which I think it will be. Then you know, your professionals will just update the plans and then you can submit for the building permit.
Okay.
Great.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
So let's see if that goes. So I'll make a motion to send this to building.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right. Congratulations, guys. This is-
Yeah.
Thank
Don't put it
you.
on me.
No, hold on.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
I didn't say it was. I
He
just
said
said,
it
I
just
just
needs to
said
be-
double check. I
Yeah,
didn't,
we thought he said it.
You know what, it may be too high.
I don't know.
It may.
All right,
the
let's
maximum
see
wall
what
height.
Melissa is here for.
Here's
Do
mine.
hers.
I know you're tough on me, so I'm tough on them.
What goes around.
Melissa, we weren't sure which project you're here for. Hi, Melissa. Which project are you here for?
7 Evergreen Row.
So let's take you now.
Kosturich is the name. Sorry, my maiden name is Polinsky.
It's the best.
Well, they're just putting a piece over the living room, right?
Yeah. Okay, so second floor level enlargement of the master bedroom. The only comment I really had was whether or not the health department would, what they're gonna count as bedrooms, so we'll let the building.
Well, they're adding to an existing bedroom, right? They're not changing the bedroom count.
Right, but there's
Or they're
another,
not adding more than 1,000 square feet.
right, but I don't know what the health department's gonna say about the office, if that's a
Oh.
bedroom.
Yeah, we probably have that.
Yeah,
We know it's the same.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
and then the only other item was, it looks like you're also proposing a front portico, right? That's not there now.
Correct. Yeah. It's not there.
Right, so that has to be on the site plan. So basically, we have to confirm that that portico meets the front yard setback. So your architect's gonna have to just demonstrate that. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but it needs to be on there.
So there's a bedroom on that level now, right?
Yeah, there's a bedroom on that level.
Right now there is. There won't be moving forward.
What do you mean by that?
On that level, I don't believe there will be a bedroom.
Well, right now over the living room, there is a room up there in the attic or no?
Oh,
Yeah.
there. I thought you meant on the first floor where the portico
Oh.
is. Sorry. You're correct.
But you're just making that bedroom bigger and
Mhm.
better bathroom and square.
Yeah.
smaller. In theory, you're not changing the bedroom count, but then if you're adding an office, you,
No, it's not adding an office. There is an office.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but they're not changing the footprint, so that's,
Yeah. Well, except for the portico. Yeah.
but the portico's over an existing stoop, right?
I'm guessing there's some way to get into that building. to
Well, the front
house.
door is where it is, right? You're building.
Yeah,
You're building,
keeping the front door.
right, and there's a
There's a
landing
little
outside the front
stoop.
door.
I don't know if they're making it
Bigger,
bigger.
yeah, so that's a
Yeah.
big question, but even if they're making it bigger, it's probably not that much.
Not enough. So it looks good. So, I'll make a motion to send this to the building department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, looks good. We're gonna post our report with whatever changes you need to make. Later today on the RPRC website, you can let your architect know to look there. Then he'll update the plans and submit to the building.
Okay, so the architect will look, there's follow-up work for them to do.
Yes, right. There are a few comments we have and he'll, submit, update. You don't have to come back here. Just submit that to the building department directly.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Right? All right, take care.
Have a good one. Bye.
So that's done, sent to building. Go back into our regular order. And that puts us at 183 Hickory Kingdom, 4 in screened in porch. Wait, is this the only one we have?
Yeah, it's
Just share it, anyone watching.
Great level.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So I don't have any real concerns, right? It's there. The only thing I wanted to make sure, Mike, was that it meets the setbacks. Like, I don't know the status of, was that ever legal? I don't know.
Are they legalizing or they're
No,
building?
no, it's there. They just want to enclose it.
Oh,
So this
Yeah.
is now
I
screened.
tricked that, yeah, no.
This,
Yeah,
so
it
this
was,
is
uh,
the screened in area. They want to just make that part of the house now, but I don't know where it is in relation to the property lines. And I'm not saying concerned, but I just want to make sure it meets the setback.
So
You know,
put that
if
in your notes.
Yeah, if it was a legal porch, then assuming it was, it does. Yeah, just have to take a look.
I should ask John and Mike this question.
Yeah.
You guys, assuming,
Everything around-
assuming it'll ever get built on top of that, you guys have to worry about footings?
Yes, oh, yeah, sure.
Now, or just make note
Well,
of it?
if it had a permit in the beginning and the plan show footings. Yeah, I mean, we'll just have
I mean,
to leave that all out and done.
Look at this, though. I don't know.
That's my,
Yeah.
at first glance.
Yeah, well,
I could
normally
be way
when you
off. It
build
doesn't
something, you
look like-
build it to be able
Yeah,
to do that.
Exactly, as well as energy,
I'm with
and
you.
as well as
Yeah.
energy and
Yeah.
water and.
And even
everything
like,
else.
even
wouldn't
like
be-
a backyard deck that's built structurally that you could actually put an addition on.
Now, how can you codify that? In other words, this does not support potential, or any further investigation must.
Yeah, they're gonna look at that.
Will you make the, I'm just.
Well, if
will you
it
make
shows-
people dig down and show a footing?
It depends on what we have in the file. If it shows that was built, we have details of the footings, we're gonna assume that
Right.
all that was
So
done
that should be in the
properly.
file, right?
And if
And
it's
if
not, they'll.
Then there have to be a field
Yeah.
verification take
Right,
place.
yeah, exactly.
Yep,
Before
exactly.
you pull down.
Exactly.
I
well,
get
not
the
they
feeling
raise
that-
it, they trench it, they dig
I get
down.
the
they
feeling
put it
That
in.
this goes and they're building.
That's my.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a stone patio that was there and then they just pop that thing on
That's
top.
that's what I think.
I mean,
That's what I think.
That's what.
Possible.
it depends whether it has footings or whether it's just a slab. If
I think
it's a
it's a
slab, they
slab.
gotta go around the perimeter and put a wall down.
Yeah,
That's what I.
exactly.
That's what Mike said.
Yeah, cross footings would have been required for that.
Correct. That's what I'm getting at.
Valid point.
Well, that usually starts with somebody does a patio and then they put a roof over the patio.
That's what
But you as architect, you are.
Let's
You
extend
would
these
make sure
parameters
that
and
that
do
was
it.
done, that there's footing.
I always show them putting in the wall around it.
That's right. Then they won't like
So
you.
that's my.
Yeah, no,
And they go somewhere
They
else.
go somewhere
So
else.
I'll make a motion to send this to building.
Okay.
All in favor? All
Aye.
right, thank you, everybody.
Wow, that was great.
That was not well, the word
that.
bad.
Thank you.
Very
And we're gonna
efficient.
adjourn at and
Almost done.